We have a bit of a sleeper knife to talk about today. This was loaned in from Alex over at the Knife Box channel, and I spent some time with this one because it's interested me for a number of reasons. One is carbon fiber, so it immediately gets my attention, and it's a flipper, so I like that. It has a wire clip, which I don't like wire clips. It works great. I just don't love them. So it was intriguing by that also. And it's a company I've never heard of before. Yeah, that's right. I don't know all of the knife companies. I don't think anybody does. So this is from North Arm. Michael is the owner. It's up in British Columbia, Canada. And it's really a cool knife. I'm not going to lie. And I don't want this to sound like a commercial. I don't want any of my videos to sound like commercials, right? I literally just tell you how I feel about a knife. That's it. Some I love, some I think you should get. This one has a long waiting list. This is called the Skaha version 2. And that's named after a lake up in British Columbia area. And it was about $232 in G10 on their website. The carbon fiber, I don't know what the upcharge is, but even on their website, it says, for a little more, we'll do a solid pieces of carbon fiber. And they do a fantastic job. So let's just zoom in here and take a closer look. It's just very plain, very humble looking, nice thick slabs of carbon fiber, nested liner lock, wire clip. They do offer a left-handed version, but all that is, and they are very clear on their website, is they just mill a new pocket clip hole, basically. It's kind of a hole and a recess for the lugs to go in and stuff. They just basically do that same thing over on this side also. So you will then have it on both sides, which will then look like the Hellraiser automatic that has the milled out on the show side here and here. So you can reverse the pocket clip on the Hellraiser, but you end up with that on the opposite side. So just be aware of that on this knife. That's how they do it also. And S35 with my fingerprint on it. I thought I cleaned all that off before I did the video. Sorry about that. Just a nice satin finish, full flat grind. S35. There's that nice nested liner. And it's a little, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it or not here. The detent is kind of a flat detent ball. So it's just I'm not even going to be able to show it really. So, but the detent ball is kind of domed and then flattish across the top. It's not like a normal ball. It works great, but it's just different. Very thin blade stock. And we'll talk about all the specs here in a moment, but it's just 0.100. And then it goes down to a full flat grind. So it's super slicey down at the bottom edge. Okay, let's zoom back out. Here it is in my normal size hand. This is a normal size knife. It's super smooth on bearings. They're stainless steel bearings, but it works great. Not guillotine, but controlled drop shut, if you will. A couple little shakes. The beauty of this is, as I almost chopped my fingers off there, the beauty of it is a couple things. It's just very simplistic looking. It is not very fancy or elegant, which I like. There's a time to just have a knife that's just a basic knife. This is just a basic knife done super well and super custom, just because they're handmade and you got to wait. I think it's worth the wait because it's very cool. And it's light. Weighs in at 2.7 ounces. On their website, they say it's light enough you're going to forget it's in your pocket. It's true. I literally had it in my pocket this morning that I'm filming, and I got up to the table to look so that I could start the video, and I didn't see the knife. I'm like, oh, geez, did I put it back in the box with Alex's stuff? I walked out there, I literally didn't realize it was still in my pocket because it just literally disappears. Okay, call me a dork, whatever. I'm just at home all day. I work from home. I forget what's in the pocket because I just don't have anything. Whatever. So let's do the specs. It's 4 3/8 closed. 7 3/4 overall. The blade is 3.35, which is a little on the small side for me in general. I like my 3.5 up, but really I can run with 3 1/4 and up. I just prefer 3.5. With a 3.09 cutting edge, S35 VN steel. Blade thickness again is 0.10. Overall thickness is a nice swell. It's smaller down here, and it swells up at the base in the palm of your hand, and then tapers back down slightly. At its thickest, it's 0.63. So it's really a good feel in the hand. A lot of times you'll get a knife that's just thin and totally flat. Much like the Delica, it's thin and flat, and it feels a little odd in your hand, right? Because it's just so thin. So it doesn't really fill your hand, so to speak. This does a great job of filling your hand and working well in your pocket. So they do offer it in G10, several different colors. And there is a waiting list, but they have an automated waiting list on their website, and I'll put a link to the website down below. You can join the waiting list, and then it'll tell you how much longer you have and things like that. Alex told me it was like a 1.5 year waiting list. That might be a deal breaker for a lot of people. A 1.5 year to wait for a $230-ish knife, maybe $300 with the carbon fiber, maybe $350. $100 more for the carbon, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not rushing out to buy one necessarily. But if I saw one of these online that went up for sale, I would seriously consider it. Okay? Because it's just cool. It's humble, I guess is the right word. I mean, and I'm all for budget knives too. And sometimes you just want to grab something and go. I grab a Kubi, but this is heavy compared to this. And I've got a bunch of customs and, fancy, expensive knives and all of that. But really, I don't know. I'm just really kind of taken back by this one because it's so simplistic. Even with the wire clip, which isn't my favorites, I'm intrigued by this, and I'm interested in owning one at some point, maybe. And I'm not going to try to buy this one from Alex. I've got a couple of things coming in the mail. Okay, let's do a couple size comparisons while I chat about that. And I'm just turning a blade this way because the clip kind of makes it rock and wobbly. So the Sharpie and the number 2 pencil. I'm in more of a selling mode than a buying mode. Okay, I ordered a watch from my AD, and we'll talk more about that when it comes in. So here it is next to the Spyderco Delica. And today, the day I'm filming this, which is Thursday in November 17th or 18th, whatever it is. I don't even know. It's the 18th, November 18th. Here it is with the D cell battery and the AA battery. I have a custom knife on its way to me today. So since we mentioned Hellraiser, here is the Hellraiser P series carbon fiber and satin blade that I used for an unboxing last night. Just to give you a size comparison. So this fits really well in my hand, but so does this. This is a size I could actually use and carry because It just fits, and it's just right. And it has a very similar action to the Hellraiser. Okay? Now, the Hellraisers are made overseas, and these are made in Canada. I don't know. I mean, and let's not get into that debate. I won't even ask the question. Is Canada considered, like, would you buy it? All right, I'm going to ask. Would you buy a Canadian knife because it's outside the United States? Or would you say, no, I'm only buying American? I don't know. I guess that's a decent question. So, Alex, thank you very much for loaning this in. Guys, if you have any questions on this, I've spent a lot of time with it. Please let me know down below, and I will answer whatever I can. And it'll probably be here for a little while longer before I send them back to Alex. Because I have a few more of his knives to review, plus he's buying a knife from me that is on its way back to me from being loaned out to another YouTuber. So I'm waiting for that to come back so I can make one shipment to him. And I will put a link to North Arms also, but there's his contact information. But I'll put a link to his website down below as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm super jazzed about this knife, even though it's hard to get. And I don't know. I can't explain it. That something just draws me to this knife. So I figured I would share and give you as much detail as I could. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.